Yo, happy Sabbath, Adolfo. Happy Sabbath, everybody. Christo muma yamanaso. Christo muma yamanaso. Christo muma yama yasombo ampa. Anokwa emse obia ne mebaya adwense nyame ni yediniye. Oni yediniye free Thursday. Enumere launching women's convention, inaugurating young women's ministries. Fiada, your morning devotion, evening devotion. Bepim Sabbath, Sabbath school, divine service. Nyankopon kasafa na bawamu. Emse say a dia sedakasiye. Emma onyame. Na de yedru suo no a Sabbath afternoon health message. Na mijina Nagsda Women's Ministries are named. Zonal Women Ministry leaders are named. Women Ministries leaders are what your local churches na name mamwinina akwaba sonko ewie. Especially me per se me ma Nagsda mpanyimfo akwaba sonko omo support omo dia mayen ama program yi etimi enye no nyamete se yeda your local churches leadership ni na se churches ni bia to omo churches mu pastors ya mamunyi na kwaba ya sama church members titru emu memma enkwara youth amunyi na maba program yi ya mamunyi na so akwaba na omo wo ye social media platform omo wo Ghana omo tie program yi ya mamunyi na akwaba the program no yes Women's Ministries mpanyimfo no wo mu edi omo tibo mu omo hia omo hu se health ade bia ehu ehia. Unfortunately, acquire a taboo where your community no mu into obi kura bibi hana no odisiesi. Tino and 4 years say a way yen devoted to mental health. Inti eno wasam ena a ye babe king. Na impemfo eshia ya omo ye say womo pe. Omomba be lead program no apensen sem no mu amaye no wo mani kwache nipa mienu na mresem no me introduce wo amopie wo nti yan semre no the best start your program no me pa cho ye be ye opening song no the ministry Mufi Long Island Ghanaian SDA Church. Omona omodesa enyomono ebe mayin. No muye ya. Na ya koye opening prayer so. Sister Linda Odro from Heritage Church, Toronto. Ono enebe yesa opening prayer. Timepa chop manusia. Yebe opening song near the opening prayer atwa so medasi.
Amen. Amen. Nyamema mama yemmo empire. Yansoro jana ne nyame enne homeda wie onfena ene wo waniwi. Yeda wase bebre wone awaye amaye. Yeda wase wo bambo no hwe so pa. Ene ye pa oni ye die erade eye wadom. So mama yeda so tiase. Na yetimi ebo wani mbeyiwa ya na yadom bebre o na bunkama fa adom so ntia. Yeda wase bebre wone awaye amaye convention yimu. Ye starte ya wada oni ye starte ye. If you are down here in a year, and that dear cried your dodo, when bubu quambo do, ahodo edemaye. One by a home adriani eddy. Every year so, your baby and pomudin and so a home in some. Yes, row, some ray, jay and I wish I was sat. You may dear munin naira, this I am from swa. Yes, so be brave, sapphire and from swa a chain. Never better now, we've grown in every year, a briar baby tear, a pomudin one some. Ye jai Dr. Boampong and Ms. Wakua Obra Church yen, yesro, ye brim and someone erade, ye bedma or poor timia can't train, now my apomudin, ye who atoyeno, and no erade, yes, resem or poor and from my yen. I dream how any my dear yen, ye culture, dear, and I quite say taboo. Then swear ye brim when I said, Brian woman, it was a home, who I say, I will see it here, yes, say. biebie ya adwene mu ene enti ase no wane yente nsem yase ne yɛmfa mbɔbra ɛwɔ wiyebre mu ɔbronsam ade yare ahodo bebre agu yɛn so nanso rado ba bɛsa yɛn yare bebre kwa ene enti na ɛho hia sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ yapɔmuden enso ɛho eyi ti yɛsrɛ wɔ na awie sɛ rado bɛka yɛn ho bɛkɔ yɛn mmoa na rado nsema yɛba bɛtie ɛnya ade ɛbɛyɛ nhyira de ahyɛ odin kronkron na animuonyam omo wo som beka dwumedie yi hu nyina ye gya wo nyina bɔ w'anim sɛ ka wo nyina bra zoom yi so omo mutie wo YouTube ani link ahodo nyina ye gya hyɛ wo nsa sɛ Awurade fa wo nyina bɛka ye hu ne nyina ye mmom ne metie wasɛm na wie ye no ye de ayeyie ɛne nkamfo ɛne ntontom ɛbɛmma wo ɛda wase bebree nyame a yɛatwɛn wabrɛ ayeyie ne aseda ne ntontom ka odin ɛwɔ Yesu Kristo din mu na ye bɔ mpa ye wadom bebra ɛnsadenti amen
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, the ministry as say, and you heard him on what the my and Sister Linda, so you don't sit and paya wa my yen. Today, no, me person me introduce ye two speakers, no, Women's Ministries Leadership shame, no, the Nyame director, say, omu, emme baba. Mental health means some training. A year duty kind Dr. Boampong and Ms. And na duty so Sister Matilda Anim-Dei. Only a ye members. Ewo Lakeview Ghanaian SDA Church. Ewo Worcester, Massachusetts. Na Dr. Boampong and Ms. Obra PhD in health services. Na oye juma ewo the Executive Office of Health and Human Services. Ne juma potin se oye area program coordinator at the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Developmental Services. Na adia dana kuma hu kesiye pa ni moye ni na niema ba adia ba kwa dana kuma hu eye prevention of drug abuse. Intino enano obeko into that topic numu. Na Sister Matilda so eye mental health counselor. A befriend psychotherapist into our clinical experience. Into no omumienu ena enenu omo bebuebu semnumu achre na senior presentation obekone Sister Matilda be introduce subject no topic no na the main presentation no ebeye by Dr. Boampong and Ms. Na most of the time, no, ebe devoted to questions, contributions, any questions. Na edru kwa make sure mo senya ye no ye be use sa hand signal no. Na ya make sure say anya too disruptive no be it nya time akasa. Intino manusia ye betu ye theme song no na se ye wie theme song na omo mbehu omo a omo kasa eye Dr. Boampong and Ms. ene Sister Matilda Anim-Dei Damas.
I did it for me, no boy, Janasi. It sounds so here, and I don't know what the radius for papa. Now I said the women ministry from Penny Fussy. A conya so come here saying a view, send a view so. Yamanemo and Cassa. Now, no question me. Ya struggle a crowd have more fine chain. You have background of the my and you see. You was sorry, and I program be. I react to any big to be what her recording be na amma and yama boy and see it in uncle Phineas and yes, if you shun your man over here. Your lights and a high. Your hand lights you do me. You need to see into do me. I must say automatic or wipe off. A Sabbath. In case it be say a bomb price will be sensible. A seer, your best time was a few minutes it will come back. No fine chain. A year name, you know, said dear Sister Cynthia. Dr. Usu, and introduce you, Yadana se papa passe, my young quenya said, Yanumumbecasa, Corona Bahia and Trebianca, Moon, na I discovered said, dear, doctor, any interest, no question, and penny fortune suffers, Emma, many mental health, one this year. Now, you didn't say more topics on my idea of prayer. Omoka say, yeah, share, yes, young system anymore. And your ma ye hear home more. A see here home one, then from what is your embra. Now the Boampong that's all so my queen. Some mental health, no, yana some kind of gene with your community. Na nano, baby, a dear fan one because the mental health, also money you don't go on the bar saying, and I'm have drug addiction once. Addition is you move at try and say, drug addiction, it has direct correlation with mental health. If it's a one or tiny mental health, almost struggle with mental health, some of them, and most of them, they don't know how to deal with it. Even among the whites, and some rely on drugs just to deal with it. Until at the end, dual diagnosis. Most of mental health na na when drugs because the a treating now what abenya drug addiction is no problem e bin so kra ho medication na ya prescribe ya ma no attend around no abuse adro no because yen road do na e treatment health no ya na tie opiates enti bo say na opiates na o use their treat no abuse no at the end no be addicted and nothing who say who be here say you be treat drug addiction in place of mental health and mind because this correlated baako nkonja baako omo nantibom enu nti ne besia asade sin na ye hwe United States according to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health omo hwehwe mu bi ne studies bi omo ye statistics bi omo nya ne say ye hwe America maimu a 19.9 million people, Americans, or say adults, starting from 12 years and up. Now, me adults, I mean, I say adults, okay, 18 years and above. But men about drug addiction there, 12 years and above. 19.9 million Americans in 2017. That is 4 years ago. And that far. And now, addicted with drugs. Now, only illicit drugs, because you can't drugs now, you can't drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol prevalence of the mamono. Now, you can't say illicit drugs. Most of American states no, are legalizing weed. It's you pay weed any alcohol free. Other drugs now, illicit. And I say, I'm going to say it me using anyhow no. Or say, 38% of Americans almost struggle with that addiction. Too high. Now, the one else you do come up, say, you did drug addiction home come up, say Adventist, and say, you would one addicted to drugs, but you knew. And now, your mama, one, the youth is our focus today. The youth. Your mama do one addicted that you parents yenim me asa me can you be a catch them a experience from my office minim Adventist kids are omo eba me office and now see yaji omo to hospitals me makohwe wom parents enim so mo ye addicts because some of them are above 18 or 18 it oh here is consent and some of the parents na e will say obibi say no ye was mommy parents hu. It's better me mean to be in parent bisa obandio. But Adventist kids are women some to see a drug addict no. How rebel. Because number now rebel and so parents need him. They be over sorry on the surade or when you did, but they are also feeling and until you see him come. So I remember playing. I'm a Dr. Akesi. Baba, what better than what the prayer comes of idea, dear, again, a day back, you bear anything with them once.
Yo nyamema Ms. Safa akwenya so ada ministry fo nyina ase ye beda your sister Matilda so ase me say we di kan aba ne bi so eni atren na ewom eye arehosam America could be a media. In fact, we have a lot of problem at our hand. Say yanhwe year e bedroom maybe na akwese say awofo e bia ye disappoint yema who been here say within the Ghanaian society and also within the Ghanaian community no additional way say ya dia dane da ekoso ewo yen sori mu eni kwan say esohara say da bia dane da be ka yen and am pempi something like this yen tanka ho asem o Ghana fom men say mre mestre say ye be jump right into ye addition met try say mema no aye a little bit short. If you say we say we have a lot of professionals on this platform. People who are into the health and human services for Nadia. So say you need people in this kind of situation. You need baby is cycling into no mestre say addition so. Now, in PMP, topic Martin prevention of alcohol and drug use among youth. In PMP, say you take drugs. I am not the by a man say ABA will be on the ABA or take one chain be just or no dear or no cooking and as or no hero be and I say and not in PMP and a bite. By the case of drugs and casa, what are drugs? The drugs are chemical substances that change how your body and mind work. They include a prescription medicines and also over-the-counter medication and alcohol, tobacco, legal drug. You know, you also to the beer, your mind ibuprofen, your mind Tylenol, all yamena drugs. Now you know it changes the way I am not getting nipebiano reacting. All those sound yamena and nuku a man in Sakriba, you nipebiano. we consider them to be drugs. Now, in Pempino, I am see a substance abuse. What are substance abuse? Well, sometimes you take addiction, you take substance abuse. But and then I'm person focus no about addiction. So you also do addiction, the way do it. I want us to focus on the prevention. If you say I could see workers if you say prevention is better than cure. The moment you get to addiction, and then we start looking for cure. But to fight addiction, I must tell you, to be honest, and easy. We have a lot of people who go into detox. Or maybe detox, they end up ending up some mesakoye or moonronidium. Addiction shouldn't even be our main focus today. Yes, I said we have to start learning how to prevent drug abuse. The substance abuse actually occurs when you use alcohol or prescription in an illegal or like in illegal way or in the wrong way. Let me put it that way. In Tinyampa say ya. You are using it in the wrong way. That way you are abusing the drugs. You are abusing the drugs. And just a matter that we are abusing some drugs. Ibuprofen. Oh yeah, attaining into some way, some kind of way, a drug addict on that ibuprofen. You are getting addicted to that ibuprofen. Now, many people with substance abuse, most at times, they can quit that unhealthy behavior. Most at times, people who have substance abuse issues, or to make equity. Now, what is drug addiction? The drug addiction is, on the other hand, it's a disease. To say why you know now at the group point this you can't stop. You don't even care about the consequences. The drug addiction occurs when repeated use of drugs changes how a person's brain functions over time. The drug addiction is a chronic brain disease. That is how they consider drug addiction. The moment you become addicted, they consider you have a chronic brain disease. Now, it causes a person to take drugs repeatedly, despite the harm. Na onum sano after the first na voluntary. What's after the compulsive to say or taking repeatedly. What's after the baby baby no not just say on to control the impulse of say or taking drugs to say the can one is with me or pattern on fahone the negative consequences are opinion. Let's say how the the moment you become addicted, just say you need treatment to reverse that addiction. Now, the area I want to say, addiction changes the way Nipankasano, addiction have that influence of yarding, the way you even think. Drug addiction will affect the way I would be. And now, if your mom say people who have are now more addicted now. In another way, it's likely said they will develop mental illness. Yes, it's another kind. That's a Matilda Anim-Dei who said mental illness is drug addiction here. Common antibu say in your phone. It's not medical canon. When per se, your attention cry about drug addictions. Now, Claudia woman in Remua, a National Institute of Health, a my rank it a year in Rua, and now Nubonia, the tell you so Claudium, alcohol. And more fun say it is the number one problem. The crudium, a second, alcohol second, and a tobacco use. And there's a drug use, drug use in the or more classify a lot of all the heroines name, just name it. Other drugs are harmful use, a total 7. Now may sure say we to crudium that we know. America, how many times do you watch the news say yeah, celebrate and hepatitis ruby a from drug overdose? Just a idea almost every single day. A coso a work crude. Now we will be say when does even that drug abuse no crime start? A breben and nipa ye wo on a breben now will be status or the new ekura suban bisa. In pain piano started from adolescent age. Now many unhealthy behaviors often begin during that adolescent now. It's a big public health challenge. You include now adolescent, that is the age between 10 and 9 years. That is when Nipan Union, after the Union or adult, the personality name Nipa binding should be. That is when they start to form. Now, a hormone and say a wophobia. So, about this kind of age, age range, that is when also Oma will need a Obanuhi. If you say, obet me, I Daniel may be Diana, I could be more, obet me, they see one here. But as I will that is that range, 19 years, between 10 to 19 years now. That is when we have to, like, very, very vigilant. Now, additionally, the majority of the adults who end up with alcohol use disorder. They have their first contact with substance abuse. Time and normal adolescent. Into obia 1 year alcohol or alcoholic, and now 1 year in raw bear braggers when you know. And then in penny infusion of start here. And then so start here now 31.5% of all high school students have been reported to have done some hazardous drinking. Just say not on the average, 11,318 youth in America from age 12 to 20 try alcohol for the first time. Now, second numbers here, also on the average, daily, every day, this kind of high school age range way, those house parties are also those events also on supervised events are in that is what they've been doing. Meaning say most of us watch the news. Every COVID not buy and lockdown buy. We have some older people they were organizing house parties for Nkola as young as 11 and 12 years. And guess what they were serving? Alcohol. Now, I will phone you on my idea in the background. Oh, me a party be. So also you don't even know what is going on. But baby sir, that is what is going on. Now, now adolescents, because of immaturity, of impulse control judgment, are especially prone to experiment with drugs and alcohol use. They adolescent, they make a lot of decisions. Sometimes they make bad choices, and they love to explore, they love to experiment. In when say they are being offered something like that, so in Pimpi, they will be compelled and also forced to kind of give it a try after how it is. Now, among teens, alcohol is the most common abuse drugs, but early abuse often includes substances such as tobacco. Alcohol not beer. Among teens, they no use, but if you want, no put two into or try alcohol no, the next time now if they promote no or graduate to tobacco, now if they or more try different in root bonnet. Now more than 60% of teens 60% of the teens, like I said, drugs were sold or used or kept at their schools, which is arrow. Now, Gawabeka say, "Oh, do back to school into Tiabia and Cotton." But a honor school muhono, no mukon, a honor, and na in the bonnet, Samo, Dodona, a costo, and I say a share as free. Now, drug abuse reported by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration. It indicates that even sometimes, Palana, already 12 or 13 years now. Man or at the age of 12 or 30, but can be starting prayer before. Sometimes maybe 8 years or 9 years. One time there was a case in my office. Not a year about our phone. Now what happened is our phone now see a young because our phone in room and they have kids 5 and 6 and 7 years. Now guess what? No man no back fast. Now say started at this age. So I started to buy at this age. I guess what we if you go 20 by 15 by 12 years, or be addicted. If you say now phone and a trend or trend, now studies indicate say high prevalence of individuals involved with justice systems have substance use disorder. Including most of the times. Say if you news was that or more many police for corner will be or treat you no the history. Maybe or one way or the other. Now more than 2 million youth are charged with delinquencies, offenses, and enter into the juvenile system. Oh, could you? Now, a 62.5% report to say, in Europe. We have a lot of those kind of organizations and as a providers are almost in Kuala. We have a lot of them here. I don't know about your state, but I'm pretty sure they cut across so being a very tender age. I'm on share we did sometimes 10 years, 12 years, that range. Here could detox or in could detox. Sometimes you don't even expect say you should see somebody, a Ghanaian near Akolao. But I remember something saying to say Arahu to see Yankasa Yemma that kind of places. And so that is what they do in terms of like, but I'm pretty sure most of us are doing it. And in it's not always a I'm pretty sure that sometimes you be crying in one way or the other and be doing youth who begin drinking before age 15 are four times likely to develop alcoholism than those who start drinking at age 21. Now, those youth who start drinking alcohol by 7th grade, say with this, about 13 years or 12 years, they are likely to have academic problems. Then, the moment they start doing all this kind of drugs, almost school performance, that's why I started. Because we have now by the time they reach young adulthood, it will lead to a lot of crime and other violence crimes. Most persons who kind of initiated the use of cigarette at the age of 20, they be some years to say, they can't start in them cry. Approximately 80% of all persons who initiated use of marijuana at age of 25, and also yes, that 25 must start here. Sa subano, we kind of starting or that. Now, substance abuse have a lot of major impact on individuals, families, and communities, and it is and its effects are kind of very cumulative and are contributing to costly social and physical mental health problems. Our four moonims, you don't even know how our phone sometimes you struggle or one mental health no cry you're unstable. Say back now you realize say ba abe ragadita. One can do na arel and internet here say obi am to be kosa ne ba anaso no akra no be kosa tibianim intino na be here say dan da yema ini ekuyama hu na substance abuse and as a drug use it have a lot of impact on the brain. Now substance use and addiction it can contribute or develop mental illness. We get drugs and also use any form of substance. It's likely said along the line you will kind of develop a mental illness. The drug use in adolescents frequently overlap with other mental health problems. Now, say young adie we na young so antem na young koso educate you a bedroom ribino and na a big problem within the Ghanaian society. Now, the initial use of substance use is voluntary, but the continual use, that is when it becomes addiction. And the medical aboso tada. Na the a woman say nipa nkasani ni peduano ya adweno ekoso e develop until say you be the 20s. Intino from say you still develop say we do 20s. But I want to say the moment you start to drink or use any form of alcohol, and not also target the part of the brain responsible for you to make keen decision and our self-control and our memory, and then so be intino and internet so ubi bura we all know they can't control themselves into if you say that part of the brain a man it make you responsible decisions that is when the alcohol and I say in Rono are targeting. We realize that the moment you do this kind of drugs down along the line, it will affect the way you even you can't even decide for yourself. Then you end up having somebody deciding for you. Now, drug addiction, medication, like I said, the moment you become addicted, now say we realize they want to cure you. That is when you have to go into detox. But I also say most people come out from detoxing. The slightest thing they can go back into so almost in review. And my friends say relapses. It's likely said they will go back so almost in review. Into no medic they be a mass can say prevention is better than cure. And yet and could do that stage where we call addiction. Before you start thinking, say any like solution, and now you want to get into a program that will help you to come out from that addiction. Now, what are some of the problems that substance abuse actually causes? The side effect of alcohol can vary, being minimal to extreme, depending on the amount of alcohol that one has consumed. Now, substance abuse can lead to serious problems, such as poor schoolwork, especially a man. The moment they start doing school, no born who more than now for the modern book. I started at Tibafon. Now, sometimes you lose friends, especially Ghanaians. Moody, you who so in Ra, our 4 young as a man with the dance here. Ubi Ambaze, Neba, any Ubia, or in Brukra Benante. So say you who say, Ubi who say, we in Ra, Ubi to the mouth and say, Ubia and Chinebanya, Ubia and Chinu influence. So definitely you're going to lose some friends, you're going to lose some important people in your life and commit up one. And problem at home. I will force or buy in run, they be because we be to know for they be on the Bahams. You have a lot of issues at home. Date rape, a lot of rape happens. We want to should be for the first mark on no bro. Yeah, it's in the news, they be and other traumatic injuries. In road there, it have a lot of serious problems. The moment you get into that, you start getting into a lot of issues. Now, drug and alcohol abuse is the leading cause of death or injury related to car accidents. Especially within the teens, any suicide, and even drowning. We hear it all the time. Will be an accident, but when I say now or driver under the influence of ABR drugs, or highly intoxicated, and as I said, it happens all the time. Most things are or move with the most higher percentage is related to the substance abuse can increase also the risk of pregnancy and STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, within the teens. If you say most of them end up having unprotected sex, so we share the party, yes, and I'm some being here say, you can't say me almost every now and then, if free some miracle. Unemployment and poor health, accident, suicide. Just say, even your new memory. So be bra now decode me man, it can make you lose your work. Now, you need people who do drugs in how are not in pain you mapu moneti. One man, one rona and the swati and our phone or and to say they have a whole lot of other health issues. If you remember say so you decrease your life expectancy. In fear being a media and so the rule some no about abrabumua. We always hear that and see that in the news almost all the time. Amount for yen rule overdose. Ne kumu da. Being here said down and die. What was I say? What are some of the risk factors? A day in it to me contribute to a man who be cry no bear not being said or quaquesa subain. Now. You can be from 1 Corinthians 15:13. Also, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Peer group influence is #1 problem, especially within that adolescent. The moment they mingle with or more peers or more dancers, it's easily say, or mingle with those people with that kind of bad attitudes. It is likely say, fall prey to or more near one. If you remember, you say when those peers meet, their decision kind of supersedes what parents have even said to their kids. If you say sometimes they tend to listen more to omo peers not than the omawo for aka. In Pempi, time spent in unstructured settings, it is a risk factor. To me, Emma, mano kind of omo kura sa TBA. Parenting style. Now in Pempi, na yenso awofo, we have to blame yourself. When we give too much freedom and less supervision to your manual, if you so by the when you mean like he knows what to do. If he say wouldn't himself what to do about into Pierre dear into Tiana we feel but I also say upon someone so dear on nam kotuka be so na or they cinema into even though wouldn't himself what to do over ye but mesre say we have to change our parenting style. Now we tend to spend more of our time going to work. So we don't even know what is going on. I can tell that how many parents are online use to be a program because we spend a lot of time on our work. In say and when we actually feed to continue na kanishine any makrampo ending come I think say we have to change the style of our parenting. Na yetumi nya adagye emma ye maye said the beya ye betumi ehu de omo ekosoma brabum na ebiomu nso nyoma mu say efia aya na asumdie ni mu nso sometimes aya na eno nso etumi contribute to like broken homes or rejaye if parents need more abusive towards in color and also even towards or more sometimes in Pempi, it affects the way it may contribute to Emma in Colano, Eco sa Niebi sa Eddie. Any socioeconomic status and drug availability, any early aggressive behavior. If you move in, say sometimes you kind of inherit it. A genetic say be a be or dance be sometimes bit to me are affected in some way. But the also said enrollment is too easily to get. There's a joint TB so the availability of the drugs and also to me Ebwa, Emma and Kalei, they get into that kind of the end. Why do you even abuse drugs and even alcohol? I didn't krana or moye, sir. Mr. said, but I'll still keep on talking. Now, in Pempi, they do this just to feel good. They may take drugs or drink alcohol because they like the way it makes them feel. Sometimes they go on more, the way a man or more yoma no money pediano, a yomono, and no, and not sometimes a more continuously feels they want to kind of get into that subino. And they love to experiment. They love to experiment a lot. Try new things, take risk, and they take drugs or drink alcohol because it seems exciting. In Pempi and said they are kind of curious. It is be a yeah. We need the any panier. Don't so not how it's me can't now feed or 2 and 10 times. Now, if you so did say some ya and Momu look say or they feel grown up. They feel say omono sana they feel say omonini. It makes them adults or it makes them say omo enini. And in Pempi, sometimes they decide say they want to be doing something. Now they do it because they want to fit in within a certain group. And sometimes I am not per se or they want to be like accepted. And as also person who say, oh yes, means so make cancer who I am not on per se beer because you want to on the at the and I say those name calling. It is sometimes they do it because they want to fit within the group while society with the majority of these things report being given drugs or alcohol by peers. Most of them who started or more year in Bruno before and at the moment and it could be a money and at the moment if you say they want to also be considered say also now self-medication or to feel better. Now in pain, let me say, yeah, Sister Matt, it can once in pain sometimes or cut baby and now or go through some form of mental illness. No, on one kind of person self-medicating by so doing that's on one casa think Ubu on what say or numb alcohol and a bit me man could with the stress and answer depression. Ubi so on my or numb cigarette. Ubi so like I say and also or numb that marijuana na. Like I say no one ma to me the copy the depression. But I was will even worsen their case along the line. Sometimes they want to self-medicate, but I don't think that is a good idea. Now, young people also have these messages about substance, especially alcohol, coming on to them from all angles. Ads, movies, TV shows, music, commonly that portray alcohol use. Rodium things are for no. Because a young baby for your mom 10 years, 12 years, smartphones, and no Facebook, ni YouTuber. What do you see? Or more party, and I even on one peers. Some of them are kind of more ABR, like a WhatsApp chat group. Then down to be a go school over the weekend, or could be party and send you more no video and we trap picture. Not the abreno or no so feels that the next time on persuading or could be and the movies need and you baby die more friendly to that is what a church most of these artists who could be movies or more music videos sometimes or more share and some of them even sing about those drugs. Now these are some of the music man can say or managing home chain I can have for my sorry them and the continue listening or announce or more stress definitely they will feel that they want to try. The parents and other adults and the other communities are also sending messages about alcohol and other substance use as well. Now all these messages it can influence in Kolano and who like children who are forming beliefs and attitudes about alcohol and other substance in their late or elementary years. So most status or more are getting exposed to this kind of messages. It kind of deep down along the line to affect the omokrano, and as on per se a try say a beer. They want to just experience because they want to experiment. These messages can also kind of influence the medical Canada media influence. TV na your man programs are even our for you will feel crash sometimes nina it me Emma your mofran kind of get into to be they just like the word cool. The way it makes you feel cool internet just so or try now you can say oh yes on so or you cool kid. Now how can we prevent that adhering? The main prevention is parenting. The main prevention say Panuku program and answer no, don't think that the school system is there to prevent alcohol and answer to prevent substance abuse for women. The main prevention, the main focus is parenting. You're not going to focus on anything else. Parents who and as I said, making sure say you are giving the right counseling, you're giving the right message. Oh, to buffer. Don't think so about school. I'm a teacher. I couldn't. If you say around something, say school no open. That is where krana is no krana. So parents are the most effective force in preventing and reducing adolescent risky behaviors and helping our nation's youth to lead a healthy drug-free life. Now, if you say kids who learn about dangers of drugs, they are up to 50% less likely say on mark or yet in row than in Kola. Yeah, like Omo yen or mountain honshi kra a film intino. The home environment is the single most profound influence on every aspect of child's development. Inti awofo and ne yeshia ewaha. Me mamo anya in inti say you are the main yen awofo yen we are the main influencer. You bet to me and making sure say ye ma and get it into niebisa. So effect of poor parenting are long standing. Just say so when ya daddy amount ma na se wa mo ni anko ma ho an omo betumi aya de bi de sie wa no kwani nyame nim no oni beba won so oba yes ade no na se we duru akiri a te say afedie na afedie ato ne empaibo na afedie dane da o se yensre empaibo mama but be sre adesre de na me de ma yen a ne ihiem ha say parents needs to instill social and emotional regulation skills early in life to resist substance use. Parenting and family continue to be important through adolescence. When youth have more autonomy and opportunities for risky behaviors, preventive implications, intervening on the parent level is crucial to improve child's outcome. We have to use rules to monitor activities and encouraging healthy outside the home activities are critical to reduce negative peer influence. Intimesre awofo say even ye nifie and I say ye were dumem na say ye ma cry and say ye ko baby before crab ma go ahead so you have to know what is going on there. Ehin and na oko so okosana down for be yes sleepover will be so say or moko program. What is going on? Then what kind of nipa na ebishim? I think that you have to know your oma enough menkanasa. You have to know the friends are on your monam. In so doing, I think that I don't know bit to me abwa amwo niebia obano edanidi. So the role you play contributes to your child protective factors, which can help to prevent them from engaging in the use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use. Intinuono, no, asudie edayeso. Parents, let me put it that way. Asudie edayeso esu. Now, it say a lack of education, but it still comes down to parenting. You have to keep on educating your man. We have to keep on educating them. And I'm paying these are some of the side effects that you end up getting. But because when you be a man country, and now when you be a man educating into the mestre, say you have to keep on educating your man. So the beya dane da sa ne yebisi no ometumi atwe won efrim. Ana ebium the church or the community, we also have a role to play. As a church, we can also help parents to kind of keep on to promote this kind of positive mental and as a behavioral health within the church. I think having a lot of programs like such as this that will just focus on the youth, just to educate them. I think and also to me abwa. So providing the youth with right education about dangers of drugs, and also no idea after school program. Most of the times, the man what they doing. So I will forward. I think the church, we can kind of plan some program a bit to me ama ye mano participate. Most of the time, because they are too idle, they have too much free time. Into sometimes they end up doing near my beer say if we are able to kind of keep them busy, kakra, things say and also between abwa ama sa ni omo atun na me de my presentation berry near ma me pese me ma inina yeshen nsun say young people become addicted more quickly. It's easily said they will become addicted. Now you have good kids, but then they make bad choices. What to me but then they will make bad choices. So talk to your teens. Now who say who been here say you keep on to educate them so that they become free. Sa in the boni na see you say the biggest protection for your man we as parents. Don't expect there will be an too baffle amount. Wo as a parent no wo necessary to me it too oba effort. Let's stress me day my disuano ebesi here so the bear you be to me ama questions ubia or what questions bia no so ebe to me aba meda munyina amase.
Yo, yeah, that Dr. Boampong and Sister Matilda say omu nyame timi eyisa topic yi ama wom na omude abrain topic way as all your presentation timi hu say we adia ehia papa as awofo no mpempi ya dwen enkoso nti yadamu ase dear yedu no questions and contribution time na senya yebeye nuni opa wo question na what you call chat no mu a periodically meko ho na questions a wo ho no we dia to dra eno pa ho a ubetimi use hand signal no ama wonsa so na ma mute na we bisa question or na contribution a opese wodema CC about 402 intino ya roughly 35 or say 40 minutes for questions and answers intime pa mo chaw you question your person will bisa obetimi
but has to be raised already into obetimi I'll go by the list now.
Yo, me pacho.
Yeah.
Yo, me pacho Sister Sylvia. Me pacho ubetimi ebisa question.
Yeah, pacho maybe then a contribution say so we do my hospital and ka ube.
Oh, sorry.
Etre and we here pa. If it's a social collar 15 na 18 na ye de omoba na ye bi so mo say omo down for 4 and I introduce to the drugs. It's me contribution is say ye wo app bi all kinds of parenting na me feel say I was say or sanka I was say ye ma ye yesusu ji ye money di bebre Bible say yema ye need doubt the Bible say yema ye need doubt say aboa owo na app bi ewo ho say wunim sa app na fine so wunim so a friend 360 live 360 into uye parent obetimi a download do ewo u phone so na so man wo phone na what sign omo app to omo na omo accept inti baby a obeko omo beko bia no o parent no hu na baby nso a o parent no wonu hu eno no sta no timi de monitor emofra no me no ma try ahwe na e work but me ba panyin no no ye girl nto bisa me sema aden wunjimi ndia na nti na ode me ato app yusinso minya abo church ni musenye se me nji wundi but me pese me protect in case say wo drive why new driver uko baby na se ukonya asembia na se ne be ya metimi eduru won tem to otiase enti me straight wo ho ne pa se no de nyame mboa me Sabbath enye ma ho odin ene enye me wenti no ene eye me mpa ebo se nkwa ekrom ankwala na omotiti ede enso nyankopon emmoa yen na onyi yen si nche no no ankasa mbedi hini ewo ye mofre so na ye mofra ni mu bia anye enimguase ama yen intimacy me contribution kakra no me damase
Yeah, da me pavcho entry buesiako family also amomunsa so.
Yo, Doctor Medawase, Pacho Motomene.
Pacho yet.
Yo, I'm Medamase, and my program and so yo ha, you know, your tea friend, rabbit, Medamase for everything you do in Yamin Shremo. na the doctor kanga crane the bakwa many about odika is very important because memo mantemies and every time I'll catch us or one fat up or no and track them as to where they are. A bit of maybe over specters or no any hope. They toss me no person contribute ka cry. Edia Makoskua, boy, Domkoskua na Yakoja Mohosana, Yedneja Obi. Now if he say it's okay. Sometimes we need to visit them randomly. Just to pay a visit, or I know about school, just to check on them. Because sometimes, you know, besides fear, we'll keep an eye on them. Almost free fear no more, they tend to find new friends. Now, new friends, and also, when someone here brace or person be a man to can be obefast or be your man, or obefast. And at that time, our school, they find new friends. Now, I'm sure they will end up in wrong hands. Now, for you are doing some. And they do even so our more education to be it doesn't matter. My baba I had to go to the school. I from the school. So you go to school from home. Even though school or university, very nice. But we felt to say the influence I want in school no M1, but rather no obewofi. And as parents, and we need to put God first. You made a eternal life, no. It do be an idea no eto checha. And we need to be very careful. Say their eternal life is more important than say obedi you as regardless, their cost will be ano. So about school, next school, no fee some one. Man may fee. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Nyame bebuana and kwaje hu here. See me jomo. Na yem visit to regular unannounced. Now my wife took her 4 hours near Michigan just to check on our kids. They do where we just take random decision be a or cranberry fish at the time. No. But right now, as we kept doing that, Mijiri said, with the prayer and Pabonia comes to know, Yame Ebeji Mayama, because Yame Pese, Yamayankwa. Now you make you play any little effort be a bit to Biano, Yaman Super Boying, Ama Yamain, so Enuminasha Yankopa him. Mamma Medas.
That's a Pabra and Chikwesiaku. But so a sister, yeah. Mr. was a bizarre question.
Me pacho yo mama me dase. Me pacho me bisa doctor say enkra no obi wo ho no ma o ye drugs no na me fan say first day ane maami ana ne papa be che no no o say me kra me nye bi do me kra nya me dia me madam funa wo de mam say me fan to me bag but obehwe no na chese wa ye adurachiri na me pese me hu say ade a say omoye na omoye so addicted a ebeye kakra aso eda wanye bi no ojare obere na ne hunam ba bi na wo so ase sheki bisa onya ade ni bi ye wie pena wa ye free adenti na ya na etesa me pa cho me question that's
Mama ya do asipa nyankopon sha no asem bisa sa pepedete e friend withdrawal symptoms adena consistent no at the point bia sa de no na my body need me function ye without it no with me function it just like somebody petrol agu car mu na we are running out petrol no can the car move as it's supposed to? No. Enti adena obe so addicted and in emoja na be diafra it be in the system no more na ye eno sa no na yes ye de call detox ye could detoxis patient no ye the adrofo fro bi e counter sa a drug na one system no no na it's not relieve no atwene free sa drug no ho na ye na so adro no so and as adrofo fro bi so I be boa no sustaining no without a drug enti wo ba adro sa te bi animu a fa for detox ni mo no obekọ rehab or treatment obeda treatment no so kakra ansana watimi ade ne ho afisa de ne ho se o je keka tena wo saa se eno abeti akode enye saa ne tie enti nkoda ne da wase
Sister Matilda that se kakra be so me de be come no say it do sa point na it to be a matter of life and death. It do sa point no mo was withdrawal.
Yes.
Yes. A drone from
Yes.
those symptoms. Into hospital, say very important. So we'll be back. We'll take history. Who says our problem may be what now. So yet, you taking precautions now. I'm caught into withdrawal. I suffer about the serious. Did you do some point, no dear? Not just say, doctor, cause addiction and person do one. We drew crowd at this point, no dear. So I
Yes. Yes.
Epacho sister Akosia Ejapoma when you do so a question and now contribution. Barbara. Sister Akosia Ejapoma, Pacho.
No. Yeah, Pacho, maybe I'm a general question. Yeah, me too. And I say, when I watch people, all they do is chewing gum. Yeah, chewing gum at the and there's one friend say, or depression, or control the depression by chewing gum. It's because I don't know, substance abuse and an ipan all year in order for her to feel better. And I say, I know the CASA categories. Into now, it's not the same who said, so who your bishop would chew all the time one. Bibi kaped now of chewing gum at 2 and now what they tear their stresses now would chew now. And also what abuse so sorry. Like conditional home through chewing gum. Because some way Jamaica other hot leg at Rana. Yeah,
I met two questions. I see, yeah.
Okay, money can in such a way, me okay. Like, a bit or one man did the answer or chewing gum. Yeah, there's one patient, yeah, me one or control the behavior by chewing gum. I don't know, son, no, substance abuse, no, what forming for another part to release the tension. And I say, just like, I know you're better than, I know you're better than so about going to drugs, not leading to addiction. I say, start chewing gum now can cause addiction based on your no use for no.
Yeah. I think say, Obra or certain behavior, or not like, or like frequently chewing gum there's no way you can chew to cope with any the midnight can say there some of the that cannabis or my candy or my to say gum say be no chew there any beer but if just regular chewing gum maybe a ton warm out and now CVS I've been already I don't think say that one has to do with anything with abuse.
There was so many coping skills for different mental health issues. Obra was so anxious, she or he needs something to chew just to calm the person down. We were anxious to me shaky pa. Now look where to me was so pan. The catcher maternity treaty when enum. To send the panel or say oh chew gum, so bet my copy with. They're all from that moment now. It's accepted. But say Dr. Kanye say gum bibi son could be the aye. I bet you benya instance so in background adrene so ama ahanoa eno de yem promote and I say yen kasa eye. Then we normal gum and no chew just to cope with something there a method of the coping mechanism or say allow no money chew.
Doctor, but your question about come chat to her mommy and pick him out. From Seth's family, or say, please, this is Uncle Seth. I've raised my hands. I'm in Indianapolis. Oh, no. Well, say, what is the age? Okay, please, what is the age that we start educating our kids about substance abuse?
You can go as low as age, member mao any age rank and any age range and ask what right age oba no need in command like ukasa or 3 was Indian. That is the right age. I walk aklebia ne how I be or start to see the anakasa, but age I bedrua utulufo ukasa utino. I think that's the right age. If you say mimi who say if we start early, ne start educate you more that earlier, me sure say no ebeboa. Intina am I ntwen ma onyini ansa. Ansa na baka say you start age a wo hwa a wo ni di nkoma what or no to me no di nkomo back and forth. And I think that's the right age.
Medical care doctor there no. Yes, so be age appropriate message. Age appropriate message. Age kra no won bia ne sa message apostle de man be bit maka kodru. Now saying that Dr. Amwa align so may a presentation was about sex education. So we say sex education as early as a year old. That's a unim-kasa and so tick or kasa or introducing it to your age biani baby I'll bet me a cast the answer I could do. And yet be biana bet me as actually a crown age be a womb. It is so also what kasa look out or betia sia. And when you bet me action, for example, about this addiction, for example, one my crown is sianum or timuse in suoni. Oh man, a dear sweet, so we say drink and ask them juice or no ma. Ubetim they are not quite a catch that abisa answer. Difference ben or no me no huni. What just way is sweet. Where soon is sweet. When any tasty beer. A horn was a big one. I come around message cacao bet me at your cacao. Oh, into baby who I bet my head drew. What's me going to cry when you female and female and I'm going to and go can't opiates whom ask them. Which mean you could do come. But baby must start here do. Sebia a cigarette and na sebia a draw beer. Wow, the man, one medication, cry the man, but me need the home come. Medication, the man, but we need the home come, much try to grab medication acquire when you need. In this case, what introducing you to medication into all you need ban, want to also I need the medication come my bedroom baby no, who bedroom opiates level no. What you need the home come that one say.
Yo, me pam to obije a comment via to chat no na me pesa me kan kire yenina because a very helpful suggestion. Or say yes, it's important for parents to educate their kids, but more importantly, it's imperative for the parents to properly educate themselves on the subject first. Essentially, so we name drug abuse who be a crown abuse drug now, and our crown and a cotton say to the four, a Sunday and our back hatching. Into program saying a boapa, Pacho, Sister Ernestina Agbo, Pachams one man sasso, Tim Pacho. A bit here will question and now contribute.
Yo, man, Pachamachimenka.
Pacho,
Yo, and that's it. But my question is, when you say where I say answer no answer that my papa, but maybe sir, the my concern. Yeah, I buy in general, no, just a real sign my way, and yet I buy na who says, sign my way, and yet, and so our phones, nurses, doctors, obi way. Yeah, Jane and still I didn't a pie saying what I'll show more when you mean more no Sanya may go quality. Obi our for pa now no be a bus station. Said the almost see a no side dot in we see boom qualanka to an son. Just a osha na own when you're young. Dear na buy no yafa. Na dear na doctor's name. Monson penfo mo yafa ho a ebeboa se be reduce no sense so ye jayo sesenyo me nim so de answer no be si akon de me I am concern pa
that me say make me aboa akra aban no de ono no odin hihye bebre gu akwan programs so policies bebre e wo honom but then individually no aban dumi nko obi afi enkotre no de onye wa akwaya say choices people make. Abandon the why the policies. There are so many programs. It just educate people. They just want to create the awareness how dangerous that good you want. amount for cigarette, but you cannot even advertise cigarette on TV. We don't do it. Cigarette or mom cotton can won't say harmful, but obvious happen. But as long as choices people make. A banner there, why not say or the emre eguquem was set up programs are you can always reach out to get help. But then people still keep on making that bad choices. Into Nina or more sadden. And into what platform you saw. Every parent just take it upon yourself, say, oh dear, they are doing it, but one person not keep on educating them. But if you want to rely on the government and the school system, one day you'll be disappointed.
Yes.
Mama Cynthia, I'm say Uncle Seth when to me a hand raising a war reaction. A pigeon and sapa hand on a pigeon achapa anti. So the move one.
John Pacho, any woman and this other question. Me who know what maybe. And every Pacho, Uncle Seth, me Pacho.
Mama, maybe their contribution about send a doctor, mammy phone, a chichi monopoa. Nana, but one, let's say, our phone who's a babu, my prince, entity of fra, a compasso, boost some cancer. We know a idea here, and bra, a being near a attitude of frying a day, near pa. Number 2, the more France school no more. If you know baby, or be in the moment for no more a boy. A prabe no in diabo. Why not? Why not down for school more? This I didn't know. As you and I feel your parents, so say a Ghana. Yet, I give him how as a more. Ubikra will be an answer if I see a BC. And I feel baby will be a Nasa, yeah, wabe outcast. A baby as an ass on Kenny Pound. Ubeko Fibim crab near Chin will be. No, said them to be then a Didier near Dina Bassa, near Boani, Penny Panukunisa. Now, Fay, yes, so our phone, Bibi Bassa, Nancy DC, Yamia Dum, Yaba, who never be braveted, never be brave, since she never be brave. Say, be say a coswa, and Temuan, as a son, no baby, a diabo Franco Binyam one, into animal. But Ubi, I see any dim come on me and ferret. Yen can fi me papa bi kan asem se ne ba
Let me say opinion at court.
And I turn said,
all kind of let me say well my good point I think say also bit my maybe some other time another separate education when it comes to treatment or more do that level. So obako sa ti bi ma enye hey enye sa brand na ye akrokropa if you so any hey anha bi bi dru no the obesan akoye kra ka ho anha rebeko emri bi binya kwane young lady bi na number mental hospital or go treatment the time aso see be no afido nya be bi obeko bisan sa den ya o se the restrain on that no so if say ne bi a wada na di efie no to the point say ono ani fie o tino kra on tumi nko na wo fo nchen if you say I wo for Ghana for how Ghana for sometimes na ye baby cosati bi no ma sometimes yen a wo for ne hu say eniwu anase ferry say e bi nya abotre na ya support ya ba no so da be ya sati bi no wo na afi dia ku hi na di bia ye ntokwa ya nhwe ya most of amount for tutuo ekumomo awo for da so ye ni hi ya sa na beba internet no be maybe another different addition maybe sometime but as I say baby what be egu sa no a me so my man nye hi yenya odosunko ema no na yen Ghana for no opinion di kan e be go ti be sa na say we are scared say you be back out that kind of stigma now we attach it to sadness as I say it me die ebu okra is you na bi na to ankre esini yam and I'm an apostle to be any now we attach that superstition to sa adeno could you my be ram baby enu addresses will be a sa a hum yare it me estre I think another addition. I'll just hold it right there.
But the doctor and the kakra count. Once I make a some fitias, and can be said, you are calling for maybe a masho pain or hospitals. Parents need him somewhere like addicts. Parents need him. I hope how. And I could have a panamino and quara to draw kakra. I take him as a parents need him. Now, I can't be no be some saying tia or one person of the hono. A dear didn't come ya. And sure, na mamma na pom. Na a beer and in Guasset Bobs and yen treating ye. Now, dear, how drink a sepan and say, one na, or winya, I could draw catch them say, Auntie, and I'm so winning me the they call me Auntie, and you should catch them parents. Or woman, I could do me a born parents, and man, or man, help. Because you advise parents and a common form faso. Everyone help when I go part dumb or more dear. Now, almost no parents are maniano, or mukoba, or dear all the time. I just want to be free. But the ultimate could draw a kind of on our phone war connection. On more relationship be out our phone at done no matter what situation or come number one. Now, paso about time or mujitum set a how number don't manner bomb. Or more bomb or multi free. But on money to me, Kayano. A big crap dear. I will find him some grand school. There be no. Or mean himself and grand school. I will also say a bit at hospitals. I treat on my parents into school. That's when school or the hospital. I hear. And the Ara Hopa, a random way. So for.
As Sister Matilda and the doctor. Yo, me pacho, brave Fred. Amuda kuwemsa wususa waswa chekakra timpacho ubeti nyakasa.
Okay. What the doctors say, for the powerful contribution presentation among na media no a contribution. I'm saying and then you can be about substance abuse and asset addiction a war and quarrel. But there's incident to be happening related to topic here, and you're discussing. I say, check a crowd now. We see how rare it is. Development, we have a friend. Or yet unfortunately we're clinical psychiatrist physician. Just now on the clinic as a psychiatrist, and unfortunately he became addicted, to alcohol and drugs. And he olusu the license. And just he kept on, drinking. About 3 months or more admitted into inpatient psych, for treatment. And about the fear, still, until about 2 weeks ago. And almost suspended driver's licenses. So the 2 weeks ago, and a police and they know about the fee. We didn't buy the fee. And we happen to see him. Now, just 2 weeks after we happen to see him. And the way now we're saying, just say how it's going, one shot, just say Obewu. Just he will die in his sleep. And just last week, they found him dead, in his house. And way goes to show, yes, we are talking about, youth. But what started with youth now become addicted. It grows with you into adulthood. Yes. It's very, very important. Say, you better take this lesson very seriously. Now, akasa. Because when it goes that far, ultimately, you lose your life. It's a contribution.
Yo, does since you are 15 minutes, you were 5 hands up. It will going to stop at the 5th hand. It will be 1 minute to contribute or to ask a question. Say, Dr. Sister Matilda, betting you one. Into CCI, Mr. and Mrs. Party.
Hello.
Hello.
Abusia for me the nyame asepa wo program kesi a nyame ayi akire nei. a told be a year pass a mile no pampas or Nancy name. Say program a be a nipa, me who dear Cosupa. Now the minimum can say, Ministries will be a because a media matiti me by your medium may be banner brabo, say me, a when I may an air. Because in me a pass or better in the past, said your software, Dr. Kyle, wouldn't you miss some better to papa, perhaps so the way I would do my pa. But now upon somewhere we are not in him. Because upon some of the focus is any black and eight, and we had my head take a super. Now people not want to so for Nanya Enya. Yena Christopher na Yenya Kessia pa. Did I same say, Yama, I will for moment mom pay my papa. Because your may say, obey your familiar, and so obey you would have some better to not and unfortunately you have some nothing in the team. I some say, nay, yes, say yes, soon. They born pay pa. Because we will get your own Musa or Yakura papa. No on yet no winning. A teacher forces to crown one, you can say, or so for can you fair show because we call school from one, not teacher for call, when you cry, show back. Ye mau kwa go kwa ye mau kwa ma won ko to be so a man police for so you papa twa so na to ma me twa so a twa police di man we nyina won so hwe aye famu bebrebe di de me say nyina say a wo for ye mobo onyame hu ye mobo na ye mpa e bo ntimi nu nyame anim onyame enso side problem am fama ye is temper ba ma mu a wo so nyina say onyame hu ye mobo no obi ani ho na o kase me say na me kan me bi ani ni obi ablabom e yesu nyame no ali bitima so yi mu ama ye ma atima si ya ma me da mo sipi.
Amen. Yo me pa sister Adwa Labi Udino yo
Madam was nyame shra pa wa adisua modia amaye is very informative. And meant for one or day, I've definitely taken notes. It be as a war for no, I think that the focus very much is to be on us as parents. And yet now we senior opinion because we must educate ourselves or no. That is the first step. So we educate here who are signs and symptoms to know we will see it, red flags, we will be able to pick it up. And it's very important. Now, a relationship between ourselves and our children is very crucial. So yeah, for your free almost yeah, no one didn't come on. Say yeah, educate to from young, no. It doesn't matter how young they are, no, you go according to age appropriate, you know. Very, very important to say we'll catch you back 23 years old. You know, don't let anybody see your private. Nobody can touch you here. Nobody can touch you there. Only when we are bathing you. Doesn't matter whether it's mommy or daddy, they cannot do this and that to you. It sticks to their mind. As it goes to them, you know, we have to be very open with our children. It's unfortunate to say, your mom, your culture, it doesn't support that conversation. It will be grandpa. As parents, you who is in the grandpa will be used to, will be comfortable. But I would suggest to say, there are books, there are children books. Yeah, a Boama with me having these conversations with our children, age appropriate books, all the way up to teenage years. A Boama to have these conversations with them. And you know, that's one area. Another thing, and also say, as parents, some of us abuse alcohol and other drugs. Yeah, if you say your man, don't deceive yourself. These kids are very smart. Or no way no who says oh yeah, but that's how I cancer is hereditary. Who said the papa na ne mommy and one no they see into be I will share free him because I will share free fee. Yen na free now for it be free fee. But yeah, it be our parents and father and mother no wo private struggle. Yeah, we want to me any so no be crowd copy or bottle be so or car somewhere corner be. Obokoda ka half a yana you also one so big grandpa no bano na anya aware. And no yen who ye answer your home ya educate on the answer your home ya na to me aboy your man because ye need that one send you no be kana. We can definitely help our children. Because this journey, no, it's how we're a
Amen. Yeah,
Sister
that's
was a family kaki to be a sister was some no. And our research at Trace say a drug addiction, it is 40 to 60% heritable. And those and yet that high there, but obi and the parents, addicts, and as a woman see kunara kawa, would you see kwampuna ebe or gene mo genetically no. Obano ebe timi aye pre-exposed, as a predisposed to it. Into kodru school mua. Akwada ne maame na papa yusu bi da. Ene de ne maame anasa papa yusu bi pen no. So umbi enu ekohia challenge say o grab bi yusu na hwan na ebetimi enya influence on some time a the parents yusu bi no. Wonu mom ebenya ebeye attracted to it easier than the parents yusu bi da. Those a percentage no form no. Enye easy sir enti emudu do ayi su sie no ye even ka say ye ho kwa ye ahaye ma no nso.
I told I had asked for that contribution. Enti ye ka so no sister Abna ba chow na me pa mo chow mo remember say CCI was just like 9 minutes enti me sremo enti.
Okay, me pacho media kakra person me canon so ne say not to disrespect any parent or what has say no. Also ye mama mono omo wo at an older age. No ma wo nkra mo ye younger. Na mo person mo de mo 1984 parents na mo papa mo tete mo no. Edititi san crowing. It does not work. We need to build the gap a little bit. Ese ye fa ha de ne kakra. Near the mo de Ghana de ne kakra na den afra na mo de atete nkra no. Another thing is say you have to be involved or money school mo and country kind. There's not a teacher ever my best school my teacher ni me. Every week be I me text teacher need to see how my kid is doing in the school, in the classroom. Say mwebu or ha meet me about enti me older me bani teacher na kata say obano or the whole boss setting clubby na me tie no na me tie ma me timu say more life or more live na so different. Sheye into kaya no na ye ne eba ne kasa nti okọ high school nyame bo next year ma catch ni say high school no eben but onko obeko different one obu sometimes because we na for na ekoho ye pe better life for you. Nti once you're involved no teachers no are also able to be open with you and ma utimi hu enema so eden ekoso. And I also my last one is say ye mana ya wo ma ha no it's so sad they don't have resiliency in them. Then prayer pan see a bo near the woman because influence ne dawson and a pressure ne dawson. So me sure me banana me raho. Me sure me banana me raho. They me can say radima so empire and they see a bomber woman because resilience any mumu. And see say your boom pie and I me patcho me last point. Uncle ne kind obien who ye perfect parent but ye no I say obi a person oh me better than obi me body only a situation that me body odi high school and me money phone me pacho that's your house rules me house rules different me free fear 8 o'clock as me to phone ma me ba 10 years so oh go school anu etimi afre me obefi anu etimi afre me. So I can check on them. How it works in our household is what works for me. If it doesn't work for you, don't shame me and don't judge me. As you obi a fear limit and obi a fear capacity. Now we don't judge empire. And as a bo. We have to pray together as mothers. Because pressure need does. Thank you.
Thank you. So Matilda is a doctor who will be a model camera. So when you be a model camera, they are named Febra Tommy Aqua. Fred Tommy, Pacho, you do so.
Me Pacho baby, a Eunice, a Mammy Aqua. Me da se pass our mammy Aquaniano. Na Obi Emma Obi sa question be say again a bine a ye. Na yenina yenim senia niema ekoso no emwa again a bine ye emma omuyina no emwa kaka na me de ka ho. Sa system ya ye womu no the system is set up in such a way say a harm reduction. And you completely say eliminate. And ye mana ekoso a harm reduction. me ye adwuma wo baby e hoye detox eni pa eba no me fa ne say at least me ye unmuted me ye muted eni pa ba say 95% no they keep coming and going and coming and going yeah recycling enti munim say America ye capitalist of mine and in Tibra government no crap person ye bi ebebo nipa no there are people la omo ye nro na omo pese ye to nro no and in yementi they are also fighting back and the sanya Dr. Kaye no responsibility no is on the parents so we had macra or detoxer and you are not supposed to associate with any power about detox me my personal experience and I'm saying online tea me ma obi a me kro mu ni bi bai me dwumam e ma me boa ne se be ya obi stay sober na bra ofi ho no me de me number man say on friend me so I could continue to encourage. Unfortunately for me baby call for treatment and also the same company na very unfortunately oko use me number the ko adwuma and e be there I was reprimanded. Such as why say yes sir because they don't want you to encourage the persons of our sign made you. And the responsibility is on the parents. It's on the parents. A baby near to parents are better up on school, but personal. Classmates back whatever they do, nobody knows. School so bad. That's me be see one more. That is the time they go home. And the parents innocently, they are very you didn't say you're innocent, but it doesn't help us. As I say, you walk for our kids and any probably ready car can. And to the American and say, a man will do whatever. It's not enough. The parents would the obey and the bow Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Sister Kwayada Sepa. People talk bra in Obwate. People talk Kawedia Maninya brief the mind.
Oh, Mama Pacho Medase, Yamin Shrow. Doctor, any mama Yamin Shramoso. Pacho Nakakra been and Pesse, a make home. I'm say in penny for Modi can buy and I can crack. Yeah, na ye shifty blims no comma the children, but the parents, most of the time, not dysfunctional family, man tends to be more alcoholic and abuse drugs. A bit is said, oh, fear. There be a stress or there be a you guys are fighting. There be a name also a grano air stress. Now almost becomes anxious until when they get to school, then they ask their doctors for antidepressants and anti-anxiety drugs, which causes this abuse. For example, Xanax for saying, so backwardness was say anxious, let's say or depressant, they can put him or her on these drugs. Not the way I see Tian Crano, the Biana and Tokwane stress with a 1 man crano so it me get it out there to be on drugs. Careful from that. Thank you very much.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, that's a bra. Your last question, Sister Dora. Pacho, do so you're very brief.
Pacho, you all so.
Me Pacho your table can
yo. Me Casabe, Nen Campesa me can't fight the sister Marty kind hono. But sister Odi can't and Wakasa for one. Nampesa me said, now was same of friend who on one. Parents need them say almost our problem. No more or catch your parents no mania and more. Na me Pacho sister Marty. Nanka oma makana and comparison in Nanka Quapen abefa so aboasa nkwala ne parents because ni maame ni papa wo nim ne yekoso me se modwan so ho asem wo den take ekwan bi wo abefa so aboa sa parents no man wo sa ha na omunso mu nim no
na enko wie baabi e beye bibi kese ama awofo no e basa nso a e ka saponi nyina pacho mesumasem medamwase
yo medase pacho Sister Matilda nka wo kan yi wo
I make a saka crave afa ho sister me do was pa nyanko fo nhyira wo me ne akra ba kudi nkomo me kudu baabi me hu say enko pesa ka metumi aka che parents na osuro se ansha na aspe bi si fie nye it wono no nya partial consent bi say metumi aka na me friend ma me amene ma me di nkomo no kureni ma me no konfa so dress me me reho o ka che me say me kwache sa asem no fa hin eden na eya ye bo eni wa bo ne gu nkofo so sa ne basu mesi de okoya de we sen na me say mama kwache woni na botere me nkasa me no nkasa sa church member me no nkasa as a provider obano da me hospital and I make catch us at bia wa komuni enti bia bi say na owo na o se me mo wa mane na kwan ehun bia na wani munti na on pese ka meyo na so me convince nsa obenya moa afri wo nchen enu nti na me frawi ma me ni anje on sa aron sam ne say o catch obi foforo ya sa ba say me say ne ba e wa bonten say ne ba na drug addict. Just imagine this. Asam na reho. Enti no de omu nyina ne say ye ni kwan foforo bia be fa so. Me Matilda de ni kwan foforo be ma fa so. And to sakra ma me consent set me cancer parents no. Wa ma me kwan ya me ni ho kwan say bo ma me na ma le kwan bia so. Even trying to convince them no, I've stopped it. I'm not doing it anymore. Because some of the parents no, they are not helping us to help their kids.
Let me say medical crack I think that yeah, nkasa awofo say adusua de man say obi anodofo bi etuminya that akukudroba wanim. If say I know that within Ghanaian no anything associated with mental health no minim how it to me say na fontem it to me kofan se bebreba. But as parents say awofo anodofo bi nya that bold ye eba wanim ebe ka me bi say fa ba ho a mesro any kwan say or so because what you're doing is that you even discourage if you said dear at all sister Marty. I'm pretty sure they be wablo could be chance no. For the next time, a bianca will be caught to be a full summer or bit catch now phone. A and an uncle and none the idea will be done into wablo could be chance. Mr. Ghana for Miss Ramon. Abia I can't want to see me. It's a big issue. It's a big problem. Now it's not going to stop, especially South Korea. It's going to get worse and worse. Yes, Remo say ubi nyaku kudrobo wanim as a parent ever can be said to and yen tokwa and ye bufuso. As I say, unya asuna tino. Now ushe kwanya ubi to me abua a support it. So the bear moi as seno, ubi to me the abua ama obano free Saturday.
Yo. Yeah, that's a pa Mr. Mua chat no more person will contribute more find time TIA. To me, Jidis and probably we have a program you. To be person me da a doctor and sister Matilda say omunya vision, no yamebu omunya vision the topic here, breaking it down. Am I aware of all these issues? Na kakre bi na mede ka ho obi bisa say at what age the person mo ya aware say nyeme bi ti say glue any cough medication normally adi nyina was substances etimi cause drug abuse any addiction in grant in middle school grant won betimi start no ye educate ye ho nya aware of all these things. At this time, no, Pachon Kamefre, sister, Dr. Amma Kutin Boating, na wabre special song as we bring this program towards a conclusion. Timpacho doctor, so Obaba no my special song na.
Obi peta me mame kada minya miasio. Mongwa me mame kada minya miasio. Obi peta me mame kada minya miasio. Mongwa me mame kada minya miasio. Semishe nia yesaya mamia nada ye nishira manu tuminko bebre na yesaya amamio bebre na yesaya amamio into my for me chamio mama kana minya tio Prince Awadia, Onyamia ya mami inti, Obi Betame mami kademinya, Miasio, Mumwa mie, mami kadenya miasio. Samisha, Nyaya soya mamia, Nadoye, Nishira, Manu Tuminko. Bebe na yesaye, amamio. Bebe na yesaye, amamio. Inti madafo betamio, mame kadami nyamiasio. Fisa ngadia, onyamia ya mami inti. Obi betami mame kadami nyamiasio, mumba mie. Mami kadenya miasio.
Go. I one in last time can hope for life.
Asedankwa. Obi Benjamin, Mami denya miasio. Mami denya miasio. Oh, say yo. I submission, Nyaya Samamia, Nadayan Shiro, Manutuminka, Bebrina Yeswaye, Hamamio, Bebre, Nawaya Mamio, Intimadafa Benjamio, Mama Kanamiya Mias. Obi betame mami kademinya miasio mami kadenya miasio hai Mumwa oh, Obi betame, Mami ne nyamiasio, ma wafame ba, erade medawasio, yende nyamiasio. Merci Seigneur pour tout ce que tu as fait pour moi. Yende nyamiasio.
Yo, the doctors, Ninu Hem, Ubi Mebuaya Niende Nyamiasiam Pat, the Nyamia Mayandia, Bebre. To me, Pacho, dear Drew Hono, said Sister Vivian Aiti. They are ready now, my closing prayer now. Sister Vivian.
Mpacho Mama Bompire. Sisi jelo kana belo.
Atawa min dabushin babao. Ye yeli ke boamu ke heni okewe bashe. Me chane won dabushi petem play. Ni won invite bo ake oba face senotalo ehawo bakene. Ake oho bi dremo ke heshi kamo. Ni amenye neke program na me program ame hawo. Nejila wa ni wonye wo hekeshika. Onwo ochon obiano kanwo ke hawo. Won pabufai. Wodenche wonye wo feye wo hiwale na. Won pabufake obashibu ya mufia mumi. Mami me ke papa me. Wona trijno. Ni wonye wo ke control wo bi. Kristo kajibu bemile. Yaka chade mwe wo buone. Ene won pabufai. Won pabufai no wawo. No bi aka fe hia chishwemu ehawo. Alo he patamu. Nike bia ne nike ji opwe keje mwe atatu amile. Ni wo bi ya fe laje mobi. Won pabufai. Twa eshwe ehawo. Bena fe. No mumu wo bi ami ehawo. Oke wo bi ofijinle ehameno. Bena fe. Nikaji wo bepoe. Wo bi eba yenumu. Na mes enye somobo yo ofiasile. Won pabufai. Won pabufai nuncho. Wo fangbe. Wo shiwo man. Wo ke babie. Ni wo le. Noni wo bi fio ye school. Lo shine. Keji wo shin wote wo nuncho moi. Ene me fin. Wo ken wode. Wo hiyo wo yake keji won sole. Wo ken wo bi wo mi mom. Shikeji bo be mile. Won pabufai. Ame nyanye me. Meni ameke abo. Ame yaka me ba. Ame sane ba mi fe bo Kristo. Bo pe ji wo seno talo. Ni wo hiyo wo yake. Bo pe ji mono ba aku neketane ehawo. Ni kuni yeli efe wono. Ni lele lala ni wo nyemi yo la. Ake woba ho. Woba dabushi. Yeni wujini ofe hawole. Lele baby le eyenakbe. Ni baby le efio areho yenoni ofe hawo keji wokwa wose keji wokwa wo hie wokwa ake yohua oje agbo. Ene wo bekene. Inke meni fe progane fe wo ode. Ake oke wo jofui. Nakano woke wo bi ne wode. Ni wo bi ne na mehu ame jofui. Na me beto ofijin la shi. Wo je ofwe ni wo ya bete hepatamu. Shi won jofwe ni wo bete heno kamomi. Ejake oba be fe eshe eta. Ni be fe mi yoda siake oba be le eshe eta. Ene wo ngwe chane. Woke wo he fe wodi. Meni je progane shishi. Ke heno ka weba she. Ke heno ka wayana gbene. Be mini wa agbenale. Oh, Yehowa, okuni yeli, ke nyamu, ke woni sale, efe o manye, ye mo fia mo shian, ne control ni bi, ne sa ni bi ojobang, ke hawo ba ni ti enyolem, ene wo bakene, wo shi yo ye, wo ye program koko menu afe, ene wo ke fe wo ode, ni bope oba take control, no ba ye no e ha mo fiam ankro ke kutu keji no no wona buka wo dwomo ko susu mo shepu yele won pabo fa ye heshiban o bano fia no shini bope twi fe twi ne e fe he no wo mole o bana ka twi le shishi no ko mo mo kontonle e ba ye no ne shibu ne yo manye ye bo Kristo o ba mi wo biobo ene me fe kejo. Amen. Yabu yes Kristo ba. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yo adofo sanya muni me program no. Yeah. Yabeda Dr. and Sister Matilda Sibio. Me bompire sanya me be bless mu ministry. Na wa maso na discussion and presentation on drug abuse. Much media call local churches who at 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m. Pastor Chumesi presentation on evangelism.
Recording stopped.
Na 8 to 9:30 p.m. So your musical concert. Miss Pa.